Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my updated skincare routine with you, and I'm really excited to share this with you because I'm just so happy with the direction my skincare has gone since I've gotten into natural oils and clays and just making everything myself. And just to give you a little bit of background in case maybe you're just tuning into my channel, this whole past year I went on a natural skincare journey. So previously I had been purchasing expensive high-end skincare from like Sephora, and it was expensive, number one, and number two, I wasn't getting the results that I wanted for the price I was paying. So I was kind of just like over that, and then I wanted to go into a natural direction. Tried several different skincare companies, different products from a lot of different companies, and I still wasn't finding like my niche. I wasn't finding the right stuff for my skin. So then I went even deeper into the natural world and just wanted to start making my very own sort of concoctions with natural oils, clays, just doing completely my own simplistic ingredients. And I found that that has worked amazing for my skin. So just to give you a little bit of background on my skin type, I have oily combination acne prone skin with post-acne scarring. So a lot of my scarring is like up here on my cheeks, like towards the back of my cheeks. And I did already do a video on how I got rid of cystic acne, which was basically through my diet. Just cleaning up my diet, getting rid of junk food and dairy. So those were the two main killers for me, and I was breaking out constantly from that. And I wasn't tying it together with my diet for some reason, so it just went on for years. So of course I ended up with acne scarring from all that cystic acne. Thankfully that is over with, and I'm now into the healing mode of my skin. And one other little tidbit of background I want to share with you is my thoughts on oil before I got into the natural skincare world. I was afraid of oil. I was one of those people that was all about oil-free. I didn't want any oil touching my face. Even when I would watch videos where someone would be like removing their eye makeup with, say, olive oil, I was horrified because I was like, oh, I would not want like that oil like getting into my pores and clogging my pores or anything. So that was like my mindset previous to going on the skincare journey. And it's so funny because now my entire skincare like regimen is based all around oils. So it's just funny how we change, you know? So first off, I'm going to take you guys through every step of my morning time skincare routine, starting with number one, which is I wash my face using the oil cleansing method. And that means I wash my face with oil. And I know that sounds crazy to some people if you're not familiar with it. I used to think that was crazy, and I would never let oil come near me. I was all about oil-free because I have naturally oily skin. But I found that this has been like the best face wash ever for me. And it has to do with the combination of oils that you choose, and it's going to be different for everyone. So for my skin, I like to use jojoba oil, avocado oil, and I use one essential oil, which is tea tree oil. And sometimes I switch it up, sometimes I use lavender or something else, but tea tree is my number one that I grab for. So first I use jojoba oil, and I just put about that much in the palm of my hand, and then my avocado oil. And that comes out kind of fast, so I just do like one pump of that. And then I grab my tea tree oil and use 1 to 2 drops of tea tree oil. And I just apply my oils right onto my face and massage in just like any other cleanser. And just massage all over. And the idea behind oil cleansing is that like attracts like, and so this oil binds with your oils and whatever dirt's in your skin or in your pores, and it sort of collects that together, and when you wash it away, it washes everything away. So I usually massage this in for about 1 minute, and then I wash away with fairly warm water. That helps get the oil all washed clean away. And the trick to doing effective oil cleansing is to make sure that you're getting all of the oil off. So you need quite warm water for that and a washcloth. And I sort of hold the washcloth on my face. I'll show you, but I hold it on my face and it sort of helps like steam away all of the oil. And I soak the washcloth completely in the hot water. And then just bring that out a little. And I hold that right on my face. And as soon as my washcloth starts to cool down, I'll get it hot again and wring it out and hold it over my face again. And I do this probably about 4 or 5 times just to make sure that I get the oil completely steamed off of my face. After cleansing, I'm ready to apply my toner. I've got my cotton pad, my toner. This is my African red tea toner. It's homemade. I already have a video on my recipe of how to make this. It's just basically African red tea and apple cider vinegar. And I really like this a lot. As you can see, it's half gone. So I use this one most of the time, but I do have a couple of other toners that I really like. So all I do is, well, sometimes I'll mist my face directly, but most of the time I just, you know, spray it like 5 times on a cotton pad and apply it that way. And I'll show you some of my other toners that I like. I really enjoy using witch hazel, but it has to be alcohol free because I don't use any alcohol on my skin. It dries it out and irritates it too much. So I will show you a couple of my witch hazel toners that I really like. These are by the Homestead Company. This one is AM, this one's PM. It doesn't really matter which one you use in the morning or night. The other two that I like are these. This is Thayer's Rose Petal Witch Hazel alcohol-free toner, and then this is my Rose Water by the Heritage Store. After applying toner, I'm ready to moisturize, and I have a few favorite moisturizers that I use. All oils, of course. So I use tamanu oil, that's one of my favorites, or I use rosehip oil. That was one of my first loves with oil, and I still go back to that constantly. And then this is my acne scar serum, homemade acne scar serum. I already have a video on this. I'll post that below too. But it has rosehip oil, grapeseed oil, and several drops of different essential oils that are supposed to be good for scars. So I switch around between these three really. And so when I use one of these, either my tamanu or my rosehip oil, I always use a few drops of this. Actually, 2 drops to be specific. So this is my lavender and tea tree oil, essential oil, and I apply that on a cotton pad, so we're gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna use my tamanu oil, and I have my cotton pad here, so I usually just take 2 pumps of this. It doesn't matter which carrier oil I'm using. Generally, I use about that much of the carrier oil. And then I take 2 drops of my lavender and tea tree. Oh, there we go. So you don't want to get too much on there because essential oils are really powerful, so it just takes the tiniest amount. So I just applied this just like any other moisturizer. So that was my morning time skincare routine. I do that without fail every single morning, and although, you know, an oil might switch around here and there, maybe I'll use rosehip oil instead or something for my moisturizer, that's basically the whole picture that you got there. Now on to my nighttime skincare routine. At the end of a long day, the first step in my nighttime skincare routine is to remove every last trace of makeup. And to do that, I use 2 items. I use my Dr. Bronner's coconut oil and my Kirkland makeup remover wipes. And this is pretty much like one of the last standing items that I actually purchase from the store for skincare. So I take one of these and I put a few drops of coconut oil on here, or on one of the wipes, and I use that to remove all my makeup. Eye makeup, face makeup, everything. It takes everything off. My coconut oil is liquid, you may have noticed, because in Hawaii, well, coconut oil is just, it always stays melted because it has a low melt point of 76 degrees, so it never really firms up, it never like becomes a solid here. So if you live in a colder climate, you can always heat up your coconut oil and that'll melt it right down really quickly. Just like throw it in the microwave for, I don't know, 10-15 seconds and it starts to melt. So you can use it that way, or you can just use another oil. Something like sweet almond oil is really good too. So either one. So since the coconut oil is melted, all I do is take an eyedropper and get some and drop it right onto my makeup removing wipe. And then I hold that right over my eye. And just kind of work it into the lashes. And that pretty much takes it all off. If you need to get more, just add a little more oil to the wipe. And that's how I use coconut oil to remove all of my makeup. My nighttime cleansing routine is very similar to the morning. I use my oil cleansing method, and I do like to mix my own concoctions, so I do have one that I've been using for the evening time. So this is my cleanser here, and I will show you what oils I used in this. So I use the same base as what I use in the morning time, which is my jojoba oil and avocado oil, and I just like that combination. It just seems to work really well for my skin. So that's why I kind of just keep using those in my oil cleansers. And then I do like to use neem oil. So I added a few drops of that in there. And then, of course, I like my tea tree oil and my lavender oil. So those are the two essential oils that I added to those. Just a few drops of them. So that is my nighttime cleanser, and so I apply that just before I jump in the shower. So I take a few pumps of it and apply that in my hand, massage it in just before I jump in the shower, and it's the last thing that I wash off. So, you know, shave, shower, wash your hair, everything, and then the oil comes off last. And so basically it's just kind of steaming all throughout the shower. It feels really good, really invigorating, and then I use my washcloth and hold that over my face just like the morning time, and that helps steam the rest of it off and kind of, you know, rub the rest of it away. And then even though I have like my Clarisonic, you know, I haven't used that for a couple months now. So my new best friend since I've switched to my oil cleansing method is just a washcloth. Just a basic washcloth, $1.29 at Ross. I freaking love my washcloths. I use these every day, like twice a day. So and never use the same one twice. Make sure that you always wash them right away. I think that is everything for cleansing, and then for toning, I do like to use, you know, my toners in the evening as well. So it doesn't matter really which one, it's kind of what I'm in the mood for, same thing as in the morning. So I just grab my Witch Hazel PM, which has the chamomile and lavender, which I really like. I just shake that up, and I have my cotton pad here, and I just apply several drops onto my cotton pad. Just make sure that's nice and soaked, and then apply. So for tonight's moisturizer, I decided on Tamanu oil, and I'm going to do 2 pumps of that on a clean cotton pad. And then I chose 3 essential oils. Actually, 2 of them are blends, so that's the only reason I was able to choose 3 is because these are already blended in jojoba oil. So I'm going to use neroli, just 1 drop. And then the next one is German chamomile, which is also already blended in jojoba. So just 1 drop of that. And then I'm choosing lavender, which is straight. So just 1 little drop of that. Okay. And if you typically have very dry skin and you find that oils do not absorb into your skin very quickly, then try dampening your skin a little. You know, just like with a hot washcloth or something, just kind of open it up and soften your skin a bit, and then the oils can sink in a lot easier. And you can see how close I'm going to my eye. I don't get right up under my eye. I just stay on, you know, where my normal skin is. I don't get into that delicate area too much. I save that for testing out other oils, and I typically don't use essential oils right next to my eye. I will use just a regular carrier oil like my baobab oil, which I'll probably use tonight. For my under eyes, I am going to use baobab oil, and so I'm just going to take that on the back of my hand, just 1 tiny pump. There we go. So just a tiny amount, and I'm just going to take my ring finger and dab that on. And I don't moisturize on top of my lid, just underneath, just where, you know, where crow's feet would form. Yeah, just under the eyes is fine. So that was my nighttime skincare routine, and I think that pretty much gave you guys the whole picture of everything that I do. And some people might think, oh geez, that's a lot of work, but no, actually I really enjoy the whole ritual. Like every step, every skincare step along the way, I really enjoy each little ritual. And I think that's something that a lot of, like in the West here, people tend to maybe want to try to rush through their skincare, whereas I notice, you know, in my research of other countries, they actually enjoy each step and massaging their skin. So I feel like this is like a win-win skincare regimen for me, and I will never go back to what I was using before. And one of the things about this is, like, why it's a win-win for me is that, number one, it saves me a ton of money that I was blowing before on expensive skincare. Number two, I enjoy taking my time with each step of the skincare, so it's not like any more work for me. Number three, my skin has improved, like, incredibly, like an unbelievable improvements since, I don't know, like even just like 6 months ago. It's so much healthier. So that's enough talking for now. I will go ahead and save any other, you know, oil talk. And oh, you know what, there's something else I want to mention really quickly before I go. There's skincare masks, like clay masks. I want to do a video specifically with a few different clay mask recipes that I want to share with you guys if you're interested in that. And then also facial steams, because I do have a couple oils that I will also mention in the down bar that are good for if you have like maybe blackhead prone skin, like prone to getting blackheads or congested pores in general. I have some good facial steam recipes for that, so that can be another video too. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.